Okay, this will be a demonstration video for the sandbag bench press. I love to use sandbags because of how effective they are at getting you to generate the right tension in the right places and being able to feel the movement very well. A bar is great, but a bar is a little more advanced, especially if you're already suffering from shoulder pain in the bench press or in regular press or in regular pressing movements. The sandbag is a great way to get rid of that pain. Anyway, so with the sandbag, I like to use strong fit sandbags because of I like their shape. I like how resilient they are. I like how strong they are, and they're cheap, $75 to $100. And then you gotta figure out the shipping, but they just send you the bag. They send you a lacrosse ball with the ring and the zip ties and instructions on how to close the bag. Love it. I've used these sandbags for years, and I really suggest that you get them. Rogue has some sandbags, but they're just not the same. They're not cylindrical, they're more just blobs, so they're fine for sandbag cleans over your shoulder. D-balls from Rogue are, the heavy med balls are good from Rogue as well. There are lots of different versions out there of those also. I like the quality of the sandbags from Strong Fit, and Julian and those guys, Richard, they're awesome, and they've made an incredible product. Anyway, I am not sponsored by them. I am just saying I really do enjoy their products. I use them for squatting, I use them for walking, I use them for pressing, I use them for thrusters, I use them for front squat, I use them for whatever I can. Deadlifts, rows, all that kind of stuff. And I love them because they're an odd object and they're extremely difficult to handle. So they make me stronger than using a bar, and yeah, they're just better. So I'll jump right into this demonstration video. I love the sandbag bench press. I do it a lot. It is incredible, and an 80-pound bag feels like 135 pounds. 140-pound bag feels like 185 pounds. It's just making you stronger. The bag is soft, so when you press into it, you end up having to use a little bit more force. You have to fight harder, especially on higher reps when you're trying to do a max set. Your stuff starts cramping up. That's exactly what you want. You want to be able to feel those muscles work. So I'll demonstrate this, and then I'll explain and demonstrate the overhead press from a seated position of the sandbag. So this is pretty simple. I just roll back with a sandbag on my chest, right? Press it from here, so I'm working the concentric side of this. Squeezing the bag as hard as you can. That's a natural thing. You're just gonna press that up. You can hold it, you can just let it down, keep pressing it. You can do high reps if you want. There's lots to do with this. Now, obviously, as these bags get bigger, they get a little bit longer, they'll get a little bit wider, they're a little more awkward. This is an 80-pound bag, just for the demonstration, and it works really well. So the next thing I want to demonstrate is the overhead press. I want to go over bracing a little bit on this. I'll go over bracing as I have learned it and as I am working to learn it better. CrossFit doesn't really teach this very well at all. So they just say brace your core, which fine, they're trying to cater to millions of people who are just trying to lose a lot of weight or, help themselves out a little bit and start their journey of fitness. I ran into issues because I didn't know how to brace. I was just using my upper 4 abs to brace and my low back, and that's not how you brace for anything, overhead, squatting, whatever. Anyway, all that to say, I'll shorten the story up a little bit. I like to brace my transverse abdominis in the front and my obliques that are on the side, squeeze my glutes, put my legs in a position where I can actually get my glutes to activate, my glute major underneath. And then when I'm pressing, I'm trying to pull in as hard as I can, pull my belly back toward my back and press out the sides as hard as I can, and then I press from there. So this is a work in progress. I'll try and demonstrate the best I can. I'll give you a side view so you can see me kind of lean back a little bit, trying to keep it in the chest a little bit. And again, I'm using a sandbag, so it's not, I can't get my hands as wide as I would with a bar to be able to get around my shoulders and all that stuff. So don't worry about the range of motion. Worry about feeling the tension in the right place. Again, worry about bracing, and a sandbag just makes it that much more difficult. So here we go. Ow. So I'm seated here, right, on the bench. This is a seated version of the press. Take your sandbag and put it up here, right? Again, just like the bench press, you're gonna be squeezing everything, making everything work, right? So I've got my stomach pulled in, and I'm just gonna press. And then bring it down, and then I'm gonna press. See that I got a little off balance there? Super effective press variation. You can use a wall ball to start with. That's a little bit lighter. You can use a kettlebell if you want to. You could probably turn a dumbbell sideways if you needed to. Use a plate, press that, and then just sandbag from there. So I like to use those. I usually do a standing version of those. Those are super effective, and the bench press, super effective. And that's something to work the pecs. We did a lot on the lats and the biceps. This will work the pecs really well. It's a great place to start. Get a sandbag, get some dumbbells, and work on that. The dumbbells are good, but it's difficult to feel that tension when you're just starting out where you should. So I recommend using the sandbag and doing that. Anyway, I'll catch you on the next one.